Just Capital out with a survey measuring how Americans feel about AI. While corporate leaders and investors are positive, the public does remain skeptical. And joining us right now to break it all down is Just Capital CEO Martin Whittaker. Martin, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Becky.
Talk about who you surveyed for these results.
Yeah, so let me give a little context. So Just Capital, we decided this year to do basically a full restructuring around creating a data platform for business leaders to help them improve performance. All right, so AI is everywhere all at once. So we wanted to get a handle on how companies were thinking about AI deployment and what key stakeholders felt about that. So we've started a quarterly pulse survey of the public as proxies for workers and consumers, business leaders, and also investors. And we just released the first results of that.
And what you found is that business leaders are looking at AI pretty differently than the general public.
Well, I think there's areas of agreement and disagreement.
Okay.
I think what we found was overall a net positive story around AI's impact on society. You see a majority of the public actually think that it will have a positive effect.
But they're more worried than corporate leaders.
They're more worried than business leaders and investors for sure. I mean, the focus for business leaders is going to be around productivity initially. What I hear all the time is what's the ROI of the investments that we're making. Public's more concerned about consumer protections, deep fakes, misinformation, disinformation, protection for kids, things like that. So there's a whole sort of area around sort of consumer issues, but there's also a lot of agreement. And I would say the biggest area of agreement, I know you're showing some of the data now.
Showing some of the data, right.
Yeah, you're really seeing agreement around a need to invest in the American worker, upskilling, training, and Walmart. It's a big day for Walmart in the markets. No one's done a better job than Walmart of doing that.
There was a recent Deutsche Bank survey that showed nearly 1 in 5 Gen Z workers are afraid of losing their jobs in the next 2 years because of AI. How did that play out in what you've seen?
We've seen definitely concerns about getting work and losing work and the impact, or let's say the disruptions that AI will cause in the workplace. Most of those are white-collar, younger workers. I'm a father of 4 20-somethings, and they're all experiencing that. So I do think that's real. On the other hand, using AI itself kind of tends to allay some of those fears, Becky. So I think 40
Is that a call for training?
Exactly. So 40 to 50% of American workers right now are using AI, mostly white collar. Of those, the sort of the belief that AI is going to help me in my job be more productive, advance in my career is much higher than those who are not using AI. So that's sort of interesting finding, but also the need for companies to invest in more formal ways in AI training for their workforce across the board.
There is, you said, a consensus for regulation, but a pretty big divide on what that means.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of typical in the country, isn't it?
Right.
I think what we found was that over 80% of business leaders expect some kind of government role. I think the balance is, how do you create guardrails for responsible AI deployment or AI deployment in a way that benefits as many Americans as possible? How do you do that in a way that doesn't curtail growth or doesn't kind of stifle innovation? I think that's the key issue in the country right now.
Can I ask you a more, maybe a broader philosophical question about Just and how you think about companies today? For so long, I would argue that Just, because of the numbers that you were putting out and the data that you were putting out, CEOs were looking at that information and the way polls were looking and trying to do what they thought were the right thing in the context of society, without necessarily being told what to do necessarily by government. It feels like today everything is through the prism of Washington, meaning everything runs through, to some degree, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And how you think that changes even what you do. And I say that, I don't know if that's apolitical or not. It's sort of just a thought that I've been thinking about.
Here's an interesting finding from the survey. I think it's 81 or low 80% of the public are looking for business leaders to lead on kind of responsible AI deployment. All right, so I think there's a trust issue there. I think the public trusts business and CEOs. So that's an opportunity. And our data, which you referenced, our just index, our key index has outperformed the benchmark by, I think, 11% since inception. The just 100's up over 40%. And you mentioned workers. Companies that do well on investing in their workforce, the top decile has outperformed the bottom decile by about 120% since 2018. So there's a benefit to investing in stakeholders. And I think for AI, obviously it cuts across all of those issues. And the trick for a CEO or a business leader is how do we do this in a way that creates value for as many of our stakeholders as possible.
Right. But you've had a rough couple of years, just the whole ESG, DEI, the woke, whatever you want to call it, stakeholder, capitalism, it's all, if it had been a stock, you've come down 50. You may go back up. It may all come back into vogue at some point, but certainly, you've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen out there. We don't do ESG.
I know. You know what I'm talking about. Stakeholder, CEO's got to do more than just focus on delivering for shareholders. And that whole notion has, at least and maybe it's part of the administration you're talking about, Washington, that you're talking about, it is out of vogue.
Yeah, but you could also I'll give you the completely apolitical view, which was that before it actually went through Washington too, which was that we could argue the ESG and DEI were things that were in vogue in Washington. So to some degree, everyone was trying to placate different.
Right. Absolutely. Look, our Just ETF has seen net inflows over the last period, whereas ESG funds have seen net outflows. So we must be doing something right. I think for us, it's about how do you get capitalism working for more Americans, plain and simple. And the best way to do that is by which is what we do, just by asking them what do they want.